Alright guys, welcome back to another Appa on the video where we're going to be going over Rydia and Firion, who are going to be getting reworks, but Rydia is going to be getting her brand new FR weapon. Now we're going to go over the changes and what exactly is going to be happening to them, but I am also going to be talking about Rydia's FR and why I think it's an FR to actually consider picking up, especially if you enjoy off turns. Then this FR would actually be one that you may actually like as well because of the benefits that you gain just by having Rydia and her effects on the field and even the FR as well. But we'll get into all of that in this video, and I'm gonna let you guys know whether or not you should pull for any of these characters in the upcoming banners. So do let me know down in the comment section below what your plans are going to be, if you're going to be pulling for any of the characters or passing up on them. Feel free to comment below how you feel about them, and of course, if you guys do enjoy the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. A big thank you to all of my YouTube members for further supporting the channel. I appreciate you guys greatly. If you ever thought about becoming a member and further supporting the channel, you can either click the first link in the description below, or you can hit the join button for details on how to become a member. And a shout out to KCW, Data Goose, and Kunax for the continuous support. Let's go ahead and continue on with the video. So we'll first look into Rydia's rework. So her skill 1 gains 3 uses. It gains more Brave potency and allows for 150% stolen max Brave overflow up. Her skill 2 gains 5 uses. It deals an AoE HP attack 4 times with Brave potency increase and recovers 20% Brave in between HP attacks. Her EX passive now gains a 80% Brave damage up, 40% Brave gains up, and a 40% stolen/gained max Brave overflow up. It grants the magic attack up buff by 40% for 8 turns, and on her first turn she gains a free ability use and has instant turn rate. Her EX now deals an AoE HP attack 5 times with Brave potency increase. Her subjugating strength buff allows her to retain 40% Brave on HP attacks. Now with Terra as her partner, Rydia's FR deals an AoE HP attack 3 times that deals split HP damage. It inflicts the Faithforth, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, apologies if I didn't, debuff to all enemies for 3 turns. Now while active and dealing elemental weakness Brave damage, it increases the party's HP damage up and HP damage cap up by 50%. The FR debuff has a 100% hit rate down, a 50% defense down, and a 20% HP damage resist down. Now her FR conditions are as follows: a 20% increase whenever the teammate except for Rydia uses a water ability, a 50% increase whenever Rydia uses a water ability, and a 50% increase whenever a teammate evades an attack. Now with Firion, his skill 1 gains 1 use. His blood weapon deals 2 HP attacks. The plus version deals 3 HP attacks that recovers 50% Brave in between HP attacks. Both gain Brave potency increase. His blood weapon buff gains a 20% attack and max Brave up. His skill 2 gains 1 use. It deals 2 HP attacks. The plus version deals 3 HP attacks that recovers 50% Brave in between HP attacks. His Seize attack blood weapon deals 2 HP attacks, and the plus version deals 3 HP attacks that recovers 50% Brave in between said HP attacks, and then all skills gain a Brave potency increase. Now his EX passive gains an 80% Brave damage up, 40% Brave gains up, and a 40% stolen/gained max Brave overflow up. His Weapon Master and the Plus version deals an AoE HP attack 5 times with Brave potency increase. It grants him a free ability use on his next turn. His Hot Blooded buff adds a 20% stolen and gained max Brave overflow up. His LD now deals an AoE HP attack 5 times that extends the Drain Weapon debuff to 10 turns and gains a free ability use on his next turn. His Trap debuff now deals 3 HP attacks with Brave potency increase that recovers 20% Brave after each HP attack and increases the HP heal limit to 30%. the blood weapon buff. Whenever his HP is either 50% or higher of max, adds a 30% attack and max brave up, and a 20% brave and HP damage up. And then finally, his drained weapon trap debuff added a 10% HP damage resist down. So let's first start off with Firion and whether or not you should pull for Firion and or Yuffie before we get into the main prize of these banners. So with Firion, Firion got the rework that he has been needing for quite a while now, and he is also going to be getting force enhancements, which is great because that's going to increase his damage output by the time you get to 80% or higher in the force gauge. And then of course he is contributing to increasing the rate as to how fast the gauge is charging up, which is great. Like in general though, like Firion has been needing a rework for so long, and by the time that he got announced in JP, everybody was hyped about it. So with Firion, his rework is not too bad. I mean, they definitely could have added an additional HP attack with his skill 1 and skill 2, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, like he does actually do a little bit more than what your normal DPS character would actually do. And the thing is, like with Firion, he is able to deal some damage, but at the same time he does also heal with most of his abilities. So I mean, you do kind of get you do make up a little bit for that missing HP attack with the healing. So at least you know that you have a character that is able to deal damage and at the same time heal your party. And that also includes his off-turn traps, which does include healing as well. So if you have been using FRs like, let's say, Core's FR or even Beatrix's FR, if you do manage to Thunder Enchant Firion, since he does have no elements attached to his kit, then you can actually take advantage of not only the off turn that he provides after the enemy acts, but you also gain some healing with that. And if you are fully healed, then it turns into Brave. So his traps are good, and they can benefit you greatly if you are a fan of those off-turn type of teams. His BT effect is not bad either. His BT effect does actually provide HP damage cap up, which is great. I mean, that's pretty much like what a lot of us would want in a BT effect. It does provide brave gains. It also provides a brave regen. And the only thing that I would say that is missing from his BT effect would be like increasing the party's brave damage, increasing the party's brave damage cap up. But you know, his brave gains and a brave regen does make up for the fact that it does not have that. So I do think that his BT effect is a good BT effect. And overall though, he is a solid DPS slash healer. Like he's not bad whatsoever. And like I said, if you are using off-turn setups, Firion is a great add-on to add to whatever team setup that you got going on for off-turn usage. Now with Yuffie, to keep it short, debuffer, she inflicts a lot of debuffs. Some of those debuffs can actually be pretty good to have, especially her EX debuff. If I'm not mistaken, her EX debuff makes it so that the enemies are unable to grant any buffs whatsoever, and they can also not gain any Brave. So yeah, pretty solid debuffer overall. Her skill 1 is able to steal 1 buff from the enemy and then reduce their Brave by a certain percentage, which can help you out in those tight situations. But really, her main role as of right now, until she gets an FR and a BT later down the line, is going to be that she is just going to be like a straight debuffer. So if you do manage to like get like, let's say her LD, and you want to use her LD call ability, then the Doom of the Living debuff that she inflicts whenever you use that call ability is pretty much, or has like a built-in attack down, defense down, and speed down depending on the number of buffs that you have active on the enemy. And it also has a Brave Sap as well. So that's pretty much like all you're gonna get out of Yuffie. And finally, we're going to end it off with Rydia. Now, Rydia with her FR, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, is actually a pretty good FR. Like her FR, you could potentially get it where the HP damage bonus can actually go pretty high because of the fact that Rydia is not only able to provide a buff to evade incoming attacks from the enemies, but whenever you activate her FR, it does inflict that debuff where the enemies have a 100% chance of missing you. And guess what? That's an easy 50% increase that you can get. And if you know that the enemies are going to gain a whole bunch of turns, and if you know that they grant themselves speed buffs, turn rate up, etc., etc., Rydia is actually a really solid choice, and pairing her up with off-turners while you are taking advantage of the fact that you are evading the enemy attacks is fantastic. Now, one thing to note that some of you guys may or may not know is that her EX ability is actually able to extend her buffs and the debuffs that she inflicts. So while you have her EX buff active and you use her FR ability, instead of that debuff lasting for 3 turns, it's actually going to last you for 5 turns. So, I mean, that's great, because like that'll save you from using your LD ability and granting that evasion buff to your team. Now, one thing to note about that evasion buff is that it does have no turns on it, but every time that you evade an attack per character, so like let's say if it's a single target attack on that specific character alone, since it does have 3 stacks, so 3 times you can evade an incoming attack, every time that you evade, it does go down by 1 stack. So you do have 3 times to potentially evade a brave attack or an HP attack, whatever it is that's going on. So yeah, her FR is actually a really good FR, and then even while it's active, you gain a 50% HP damage cap up. I mean, like, what else can you ask for? So like having Rydia in, let's say, or you pairing Rydia up with either strong damage dealers or even off-turners that can actually take advantage of not worrying about being attacked, because they are going to benefit from evading the enemy attacks, whether it be from the debuff that she inflicts or whether it be the buff that she grants to the party. Like, that HP damage bonus can potentially go high very, very fast, again depending on said Shinryu fight. Some of the other things to know: party water enchant, she is able to provide that. So when it comes to that second condition, when it comes to the first condition, being that you have to use a water ability, then you ain't got to worry about it, because Rydia is able to support you on that. She does provide evasion via the buff, like I just mentioned. She does overall some pretty good damage in my opinion, and then her FR can potentially go very high pretty fast under certain conditions, which I've already mentioned just now. So is she worth pulling for? I say yes. The only reason why you would not pull for her FR would be if you feel comfortable enough with the FRs. Like, take example like Core's FR. If you feel comfortable enough where you do not need any, like, because technically like Rydia's FR is like quote unquote like more so for like that off turn type of FR. So like, if you feel comfortable enough with the off-turn FRs that you got going on right now and the setups that you got going on right now, I would say you can hold off on Rydia. But for anybody who is wanting a quote-unquote like off-turn FR where you actually benefit, and like the conditions are so easy to me because Rydia is practically helping you out with all of it, then I would say Rydia is definitely a strong FR to actually consider pulling for. Me myself, I'm gonna be throwing tickets at the banner because I actually want her FR again, just because like it's good. I do think it's a really good one to have. So other than that though, guys, that's pretty much going to be it for the video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below, and as always, if you guys did enjoy, don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and thank you once again to all of my YouTube members for their continuous support. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.